Cheers, guys. Once again, there is midnight, and the kids and my wife is in bed sleeping, and it's time for a late night Laserdisc here on my YouTube channel, Svein's World. And today I've picked up a nice Laserdisc that's nice to watch now during Halloween, and it's none other than this very nice movie called Needful Things, based on a short story by Stephen King. And I have to start with some nice trivia about this one. I can start with the production company behind the movie. The production company named Castle Rock. It was started by Rob Reiner, who named it Castle Rock just because he was a huge Stephen King fan. And that just happens to be the name of the small town in Maine, featured in over a dozen King novels and short stories. Rob Reiner, he actually did the direction on Stand By Me and Misery, who were also written by King. Needful Things is directed by Fraser C. Heston, and I'm gonna mention a little bit more about him in a few seconds, but first I have to mention two neighboring towns of Castle Rock, Derry and Salem's Lot. And if there is such thing as a fictional triangle of horror, then that's where you'll find it, just in the middle of Maine, with Derry, Salem's Lot, and Castle Rock. Bonnie Bedelia, who plays Polly Chalmers in Needful Things, also starred in Tobe Hooper's miniseries adaptation of Stephen King's Salem Lot from 1979. Haven't got that one on Laserdisc yet, but I sure want to pick it up soon. Alan Pangborn, the sheriff of Castle Rock, is played by Ed Harris in Needful Things. And if there is such thing as a shared Stephen King universe, then I guess Alan Pangborn is basically the Nick Fury of that universe, or at least the closest you'll get to it. Needful Things was released in 1993, and the same year Michael Rooker played Alan Pangborn in another Stephen King adaptation, The Dark Half, who was directed by George R. Romero. And more recently, Scott Glenn has been playing an older and retired version of Alan Pangborn in the Hulu-produced streaming series Castle Rock. That's just started with season 2 now on HBO, and I've seen the 3 first episodes, and it's good. It inspired me to go back and watch more of the old Stephen King movies I haven't seen for a few years. I don't think I've seen Needful Things since it came out in 93 or maybe 94. So this is going to be a nice reviewing. But getting back to Fraser C. Heston, he is the son of none other than Charlton Heston. In 1990, he directed the televised production of Treasure Island, and his father, Charlton Heston, played Long John Silver, where also Christian Bale had a role in it. And in my humble opinion, it's the best. It's the one of the better Treasure Island adaptations out there. 1991, Fraser C. Heston directed The Crucifer of Blood, an adaptation of a stage play by Paul Giovanni, based on the Sign of the Four, written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. This was also a televised production that again starred his father Charlton, and here he played none other than Sherlock Holmes. So he's been directing his father a couple of times, despite the miscasting in that televised production. It's still a worthwhile adaptation with stellar visuals and solid direction. Needful Things was the film debut of Fraser C. Heston, and he actually played the infant Moses in the Ten Commandments in 1956. And during the filming, he took Max von Sydow, who has one of the main characters in Needful Things, aside to discuss how he would play the upcoming scene. One observer noted then that's not something you see every day. Moses telling Jesus how to play the devil, because Max von Sydow played Jesus in another film from 1965. Fraser C. Heston prepared a two-part miniseries edit of the Needful Things, and over an hour of material was cut from the theatrical version. This version was advertised under the title More Needful Things. Unfortunately, due to some legal issues, this version was not has not been released on video, and I have never seen it. I would really like to see it. So then I just have to settle for the theatrical version, about 2 hours long instead of a 3 hours miniseries. And I guess then it's only the thing left for me to put on this Stephen King written nice movie with a lot of scary stuff that I'm going to enjoy. I'm sure of it, and I'll come back to you later on with my thoughts about the movie. Okay, see you soon. Alrighty then, it's been a couple of enjoyable hours. Without spoiling too much of the movie, it starts really nice in a cozy Castle Rock town, and there's a new shop opened called Needful Things. In this shop you can get whatever you want, and you will find that special thing that you really need in your life. It's gonna cost you a few dollars and a small favor, and of course then everything goes to hell. It's really enjoyable. I think it's been it has kept itself pretty good, even now in 2019. I think it's has a nice progress to it. It builds up pretty good. Max von Sydow is awesome in the role as the devil, and I think it's a really nice little Stephen King flick. Ed Harris is doing an awesome job as well as Alan Pangborn, the sheriff. So I don't want to spoil too much of the movie, but I have to give this one a good thumbs up. I will recommend it. Next out I'm trying to get my hands on is Salem Slot, and The Stand I would really like to get a hold of as well, and watch. Salem Slot I can't even remember anything of. The Stand I remember a little bit. So well, that's it for today, guys. If you wanna see more of my movie reviews and thoughts about Laserdiscs and retro gaming and stuff, please subscribe, and if you like this movie, please push the thumbs up button. What's your favorite Stephen King movie? I really want to know, and maybe we have the same taste. Just comment below on this video. What is your favorite Stephen King movie? Okay, catch you later.